This is an analysis from Alpha Business Media. Back in 2024, boardrooms all across Nepal were just buzzing with optimism. Millions were being invested in enterprise AI. But then, fast forward to 2025, and, well, a much more sobering reality started to set in.
The results coming in were alarming. A staggering 60% of these really ambitious AI pilots failed. They just couldn't show a clear return on investment. And this is what we're now calling the AI productivity paradox.
So, what's really going on here? The failure isn't in the AI itself. The technology is incredible. The real problem is a fundamental misunderstanding. It's this belief that just buying a powerful AI model is the solution. The truth is, that's just the starting gun. The real work has only just begun.
Okay, so the first big reason for these failures is what we call the empty vessel problem. You see, these large language models, they're brilliant generalists. They've read basically the entire public internet, but they know absolutely nothing about your company, your unique operations. They're an empty vessel waiting to be filled.
Let me give you a real-world example. A top Nepali bank rolled out an AI chatbot. The goal? Simple. Reduce the number of calls to their call center. But when a customer asked a very specific question about a home loan, the AI just spat out generic advice based on global financial principles. Now, this wasn't just useless, it was dangerous. It risked contradicting directives from the central bank, creating a massive compliance risk. Needless to say, the pilot was shut down. And this really highlights that core gap in knowledge, right? The AI knows all about global logistics, but it has no clue about the reality of the Pithi Highway during a monsoon. It understands finance in theory, but it doesn't know your bank's specific hard-earned credit scoring model. The engine was bought, but it was never actually taught the nuanced realities of doing business in Nepal.
Which brings us to the second, and maybe the biggest point of failure, the absolutely chaotic state of a company's internal data. You have to remember, this data is the fuel. It's the very thing that makes the AI engine run.
Let's use an analogy that I think every leader in Nepal will understand immediately. Hydropower. Right now, inside most companies, your data is like an untamed river. It's spread across countless Excel sheets, old software, maybe even handwritten logbooks. It's incredibly powerful, sure, but it's also chaotic, messy, and completely unusable as it is.
So, what do? Well, the process of cleaning, structuring, and organizing all that data, that's like building the dam. It's the critical infrastructure project. It's not glamorous, but it's what channels all that raw potential into a focused, usable force.
And it's only after that dam is built that you can finally install the turbine, the AI model itself, to actually generate power. You see the problem? Far too many firms bought the shiny new turbine while their data was still that chaotic, untamed river. They completely skipped the foundational work. Now this leads us to the third fatal flaw we saw. And that's the assumption that deploying AI is just another IT project. It is absolutely not. It requires a whole new type of hybrid function that was, frankly, missing in almost every single failed pilot. To succeed, you need a dedicated AI ops team. I want you to think of them as a small, agile special forces brigade. Their one and only job is to be the bridge, the translators between your business experts and the powerful AI, customizing that general model for your very specific needs. And this team really has three key roles that have to work in perfect sync. First, you've got your data engineer. That's your dam builder, the one who structures all the data. Then, and this is crucial, you need a domain expert. This is not a tech person. This is your veteran factory manager, your senior loan officer, someone who knows the real-world process inside and out. And finally, you have the AI integrator, the technician who connects those two worlds and fine-tunes the model.
So, where does this leave everyone? Well, these widespread pilot failures have created a huge fork in the road. It's a critical choice that is absolutely going to define the winners and losers for the next decade.
The vast majority, and we're talking maybe 90% of firms, they're going to look at their failed pilots, throw their hands up and say, see, it was all just hype. They'll let their expensive licenses expire and go back to business as usual. And in doing so, they're putting themselves at a massive long-term disadvantage.
But then you've got the smart minority, the other 10%, and they're going to draw the exact right conclusion. They're going to turn their investment inward. They'll start the hard work of structuring their data and building those internal AI ops teams. They'll focus on preparation, not just buying more software. And mark my words, in 2 to 3 years, they are going to emerge with an insurmountable proprietary AI advantage.
Look, the hard truth is this.
Success in AI is not going to be delivered to you by a salesperson. It's not unlocked with a software license. It will be earned. It'll be earned by your willingness to do the difficult, internal work of organizing your own house, your data, your processes, and your people.
So the choice for every leader out there is crystal clear, and it really boils down to this single question. The AI revolution is here. Will you simply buy it, or will you learn how to build with it? The time to decide is now.